What's up guys, this is Guy 007 here with another video. Yeah, you damn fucking right, I'm gonna release the fucking dragon. This is part 3 of Lack of Masculinity Leads Society to Ruins. Yes, ruins, motherfuckers. Total fucking ruins. I just figured something out, right? When it comes down to society, it's more like things have changed for women. It was never really men, right? And that's why men have this. I mean, at least a lot of them, they have this mentality of pandering to women and whatnot or chivalry or whatever, and that is due because not much has changed from the perspective of the men. It's never really been about the men because the government knows very well that the women are the one who primarily buys everything. If you ask me, I mean, they are the ones who buy, everything, like from freaking jewelries to cars to houses, especially makeup and whatnot, the cosmetics. I'm not gonna get into that. Basically, the government knows that. That's why. What happens is if you have the woman's mind very well infiltrated, then you can use it to your advantage. The corporations use it, like I said, to their advantage and whatnot. So, with that being said, when it comes down to society, the man is everything has changed for women, but not really much for men. That's why there's still some traditions for men that men do certain traditions. Like I said, pay for dinners. I mean, personally, I don't fucking pay shit unless if I see that there's no effort in her part to take out money and whatnot, then there's a problem. There's a freaking problem. So basically, I'm gonna give the power to. I'm gonna try and empower men, right? So look at it this way. Now you're gonna tell me this might sound completely sexist. This might sound radical, but I'm more like a natural guy, right? I'm going by nature now. Why would you pander to something that belongs to you, right? If I was to take away your phone, would you pander and say please give it back? No. You probably punch me. You probably punch me because it's yours. It's like an invasion of privacy. So put it like this. I'm not trying to get to religion in no way, shape, or form. I don't know if any of you have certain beliefs, but I'm going to, according to what the Bible says, supposedly that woman came from men, right? It makes kind of sense because the woman is kind of inferior to the male, whatever you want to call it. We have 3 times bigger brain. Our brains are 3 times bigger, so 3 times the size. We're very dominant. We conquer, we build, we do pretty much this earth is ours. If you really think about it, men, it's ours. Like I said, I would not be talking to you if it wouldn't been for our past generation of men. To be honest, women really never created anything. Aside from post-its and stuff like that. Post-it notes, yeah, that was created by women and whatnot, but they're pretty useless. If you ask me, iPhones and phones, who was it created by? Men. Okay, who follows? Woman. Computers, who was it created by? Men. Who follows it? Woman. Buildings, who lives in it? Woman and men. Who created it? Men. I mean, come on, let's be honest. So now let's leave it, put that aside. Now, look at this. If the woman came from a man, according to the Bible, she's a rib. Yes, a rib. She's pretty much a rib. So why would you pander to something that came from you and is a rib? Pretty much. It makes no sense to me. If you put it this way, y'all will be like, oh shit. Yeah, that was exactly the same reaction I got. I'm like, oh, how is that possible? If you were a very, testosterone driven guy, yeah, you would be attracted to women who are submissive, right? People may have been asking, why is it that women love men who are dominant? And that is because a woman's nature is submission, right? It comes from the men, right? Therefore, like I said, this might sound totally sexist. It comes from the men, right? So therefore, the man is for the man to control. Not exactly control, like, oh no, bitch, get the fuck over here. No. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, it's basically for the men. It's like a companionship for the men, right? That's why I say whenever you have a woman come across you, she's an addition to your life. She shouldn't be a purpose or a fucking need. Come on, I mean, what the fuck? Like, really, she shouldn't be a need. She should be just a compliment to your life. You know, to whatever mission or goal that you're doing. Right? She should be an add-on. She's like a follower almost. That's why women are so submissive. They were meant to follow men. All right, and it makes perfect sense if you was to ask me. At least to me, it makes sense. All right, like I said, this might sound totally sexist. Don't freaking blame me. Blame the Bible. I didn't wrote it. Right? I don't know. All right, I'm just saying. I kind of believe that because over and over again, and time again, women are very attracted to guys who are dominant and resent those who are fucking passive, beta males, fucking faggots. All right, and when I say faggot, I mean faggot because I mean, what else are you? If you're a very submissive guy or whatnot, that's kind of being a faggot. If you ask me, that's very feminine. And that's why I say that the reason why, a lot of the roles with the genders have been messed with is exactly that way. You make men effeminate, you take down their whole, dominant roles and you make them submissive, and then you have women be dominant and you fuck up the gender roles and divide the family. It's like a sort of divide and conquer strategy if you was to ask me. If you're a fucking dominant guy, you like your fucking woman submissive and you like her to follow you, do shit for you and whatnot. If you like me, alright, or a dominant guy, testosterone driven, that's alright. Hell yeah, I understand you. For real men, they would understand me. You like your woman submissive, it's natural. It's out of this fucking world. Alright? You feel it. It's like the sexual polarity is right there. Alright? I don't have to go on about this. But it's the truth. So, my fellow men, are you going to be pandering to your rib? And it sounds very sexist. It's almost like a step on someone. No, it's not at all. I'm not, like I said, I'm no way, shape, or form sexist. I'm not, I don't condone violence. I don't like controlling behavior or insecure behavior. That's just bullshit to me. Hence, 007. I don't fucking like that shit. I don't like it. Alright? So, for you, if a woman comes across this, just know, girls, don't get offended. I'm just saying, what is natural. And if you think I'm wrong, go why I went to watch 50 Shades of Grey. Oh, yeah. Let's not get there, right? So, yeah, I do like your men to just freaking grab you by your fucking neck and just hammer you, right? So, let's be honest. I mean, the truth has to be said. That is your nature. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you like, that's your nature. But feminism has told you women that you are to be, masculine this. I'm going to tell you something. I repeat, I fucking hate women who are fucking masculine. Like, there's nothing that gets me so pissed and just women want to fucking wreck you than a masculine woman with full of attitude. That shit turns me off. Yo, put 3 crosses on that shit. Fucking take that shit, fucking take it back to the fucking sky and slam it back to the ground. I hate women who are masculine. I fucking hate it. It gets me ripped. And it makes me want to I'm telling you, there were times I wanted to just roast them. Like, just make him feel just throw him to the floor. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep it cool. There's no need for me to do this. I'm not going to get into arguments. When you argue with a woman, you're going down to the level. It's like you pretty much going down to the level of your rib, right? Same thing. Women, or girls, whatever, if you come across this shit, listen. Us men, we hate fucking dominating women. That is just a fucking turn off. He's going to leave you eventually. Unless, of course, the guy is very effeminate or submissive. Now I'll probably roll with you. But if a guy is dominant and he's with his own balls, trust me, I guarantee you, that motherfucker's going to leave you. He's going to leave you. I myself have stood up on bitches because of that reason. I stood up. I don't give a fuck. I got nothing to lose. You want a good man. I'm telling you, don't go this way. Feminism is just lying to you. I understand it's hard, but they're lying to you. Independent, and I don't need a man. Shut the fuck up. You do need a man, because obviously the house that you're living in right now, that was by a man. So shut the fuck up. It's stupid. It really is a fucking stupid thing to say or claim. The truth has to be said. Like I said, I love my women who are submissive. At least to me, personally, and if you're a normal man, yes, you like your woman who's submissive, who likes to follow you, who will help you, who is a perfect companion, rather than this fucking ratchet ass slut culture that we have going on around here. It's like, what the fuck? I'm gonna be honest. If I see a chick, with some fucking slutty fucking clothing, I mean, every guy, if you're a normal guy, at least, you're visually, because every guy's visual, right? You just want to smash. You're not gonna put a ring on that. I mean, come on, let's who in the right mind? Said you may be wondering, this shit is crazy. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, all right. Like I said, I like my women who are very submissive, not extremely, but submissive at least to me. Who can listen, who is a companion. That's just me. But like I said, that is a total fucking turnoff. When you have chicks acting like men, that is a turnoff for any guy. He will fucking reject you. You may be thinking, oh no, there's always a yeah, but yeah, I mean, at least the girls who are very dominant, they have a tendency to attract the guys who are more like submissive and passive. All right. So, like I said, man, are you gonna be pandering to your rib, or are you gonna take your balls, grab it by your fucking ass, and step up to your game? I mean, that's for you to decide. As a dominant man, you want to do things your way, to the beat of your own drum, free, right? You want to live free, without no fucking person telling you what the fuck to do. I'm telling you, the lack of masculinity leads a society to ruins. Yes, it leads it to a fucking ruins. Because everything throughout time, in general, this has alone, I'm telling you, alone, has been the primary reason why a lot of civilizations have survived. Then when there's a lack of of men in any society, you see a decay. The more men that die, the more. So too much is something, and life is bad. Same thing. This thing makes you think sometimes. It really does make you think. How did it got to this? Like I said, if you're a normal male, healthy, you want to do things your way. You want to keep yourself clean. My fellow men, of course. Keep yourself groomed, clean, on check, everything, perfection. If not, don't do shit. Obey your word, be a man of your word, because that's all you have. Your word and your fucking balls. Trust me, that's all you fucking have. Women, forget about it. Money, that dissipates. Legacies are corrupted. So basically, all you have is your word and your balls. That's all you'll pretty much be remembered for, if you ask me. What, war? Oh, you got a couple of badges? Please, man. For me, I fight for no man's greed. Fuck you. Fuck that. Really, fuck that. If you think about it, a lot of men go to war because they want to they want eventually a good wife or some girl. Come back to America, see reality, you're just like, wow, what the fuck? Don't make sense to me. At least when I was young, things were much far different. Far more different. I was like, I thought that war, that you had that you were rewarded with these certain women, right? Oh, you were gonna be given a woman if you complete school or whatever. But the truth of the matter is, it's male disposability. They're just throwing the shit. And that's another topic. I'm telling you, lack of masculinity leads a society to fucking ruins. To fucking ruins. I want to know who's gonna freaking take care of the buildings and maintenance. I want to know who. Leads it to ruins. I don't care what nobody says. The chair you're sitting in, the house you live in, the refrigerator you have, the plumbing, the houses, technology, planes, cars, buildings. It was because of masculinity. I think the society owes men, I think in general, a form of respect rather than just disposing of them like they're nothing. Shit gets me ripped. I think everybody should respect men. It probably is like the main cause of why we're all still standing. Regardless of the fact if a man is a mangina or whatnot. Because there's like a lot of manginas who have, good jobs. And they do their work pretty well. Despite them being a mangina. I respect what they do. Do I believe what they do? No. But I respect them. In order for you to live, you need to let live. You can't be invading somebody else's property like that. No, fuck that. That's just me. Every man I see, I pay respects to. There's no need for me to fight. If in any case anything happens, then so be it. Fight or whatever discussion, I'll try to deal with it logically, make him see logically. But if something happens, I'll light him up. I guess that's for any man, right? A man who doesn't stand up for himself will stand for no one. I'm sorry, but that is the truth. Believe, walk, and think in your word. Don't apologize for when you say something, man. Don't apologize. That is throwing yourself to the floor. It makes you feel some fucking type of way. Eventually, maybe not now. Sometimes you can say sorry without meaning it, but it'll make you think why. Don't apologize for what you say. Be very careful what you say, so therefore you don't have to apologize eventually. Be very subtle, clever, like a panther. Don't go too fast. Subtle, but yet deadly. You get these things, these rules, these principles lined up pretty well, you get far, if you ask me. Think about when you do stuff, before you do them. If there's no purpose in something, don't do it. Have a powerful why. If your why is not as powerful, you won't do shit. Listen to me very well. If your why is not powerful, you won't do shit. Why am I doing this? Why do I need to do this? Reason it. Think it through. Leave your emotions. Yes, leave your fucking emotions. And think logically. And then you react accordingly. If your why is not big enough, I guarantee you will not do shit. Self-experience, and I think every man could relate to this. If your why isn't big enough, and yes, this could apply to women too. If your why is not big enough, at least some principles, but especially this one does at least apply to girls, whatnot. If your why is not big, you will not do anything. Be very careful. Be very careful when you do stuff. Stick to your purpose, your mission, your goals. Don't look back. If something happens, hey, things of life. But just as a man, I'm going to tell you, learn from your failures. That is the only badge you have. Your failures. That is what makes you who you are today. If it would have been for all those trials and errors, or trials and turmoils, you wouldn't be that man that you are now. Make your failures who you are. Use them to your advantage. Learn from them, because if you don't learn from something, then there is no point in even experiencing something if you don't learn from something. Very interesting, eh? If you ask me. Use your failure as your badges. Embrace the darkness. And when I say darkness, I mean failure. Your errors. Embrace them, because behind every successful person lies many, many, many trials of failure. Alright? Tons of it. But no, the society is very superficial and always talking about how successful they are, but never talk about their failures. No. Disregard that. There's a quote I came up with. I'm gonna throw that shit right now. Too much light blinds you. Too much darkness loses you. Example: when you have this belief of too positive, you become naive. It's good to be positive, yes. When you're too positive to the point that you know that's not there, like that is there, like it's right in your face, but because you're so positive, you just can't see it. You become naive because of too much light, too positive. And then now an example for the dark one is, if you start drinking, partying, and all that stuff, what happens? You lose your fucking ass. Oh man, you fucking, hell yeah. Fucking woman, fucking sleeping around. Man, you lose yourself. to the point that you feel sad in reality in the inside. Maybe in the moment you'll be like, oh fuck yeah, I'm the king of the world. Yeah. Whatever, we've all been through there. But then later you're like, man, I'm feeling sad. It's like this. Darkness cannot be without light. Light cannot be without dark. They need each other. You gotta have a balance. Hence why I believe in balance so much. If you do something too much of something in life, it's bad. For instance, if you eat too much, that's gonna cause you, to gain weight, right? And later leading to obesity, and even possibly your life can be in jeopardy because of it. Same thing. If you eat too much sugar, it will lead to errors within your body. Have a fucking balance. I'm telling you, this shit is important. I'm talking about top-notch shit. This will help you guys. Whoever is listening to this video, this will help you like no tomorrow. Be very fucking careful. It's okay to enjoy your parties. It's okay to drink, but just don't lose yourself, because too much of something is bad. What does balance have to do with any masculinity? A lot. This is why a lot of men have been successful, because of balance. Right now you wouldn't be sitting in the chair you are in, or in the fucking building, if it wouldn't have been for balance. Or in the house, whatever you're at. You wouldn't be sitting or even standing if it wasn't for balance. Or more like perfection. I'm telling you, be very careful what you do, the decisions you make, because where you are now is because of your decisions from your past. Decisions is key in life. It's not superstition. It's not because wherever the wind blows, or blows because of God. No. You have free will. Therefore you have decision. You're responsible for where you are now because of your decisions. Indeed. And I think we could all agree. Be very fucking careful what you do. Very careful. Have things in order and in balance. I encourage every man to isolate themselves. Not to the point where you go crazy, no. But when I say isolation, I mean 15 minutes or so of quietness and sitting down. And just breathe. Breathe it in. Sometimes we tend to run from certain things, like within inside, and we don't deal with it. Isolation is powerful. It makes you think of certain things around you, or why you did certain things as well. So I do encourage every man to have some isolation, to regain a self-identity, to have a self-identification. Because a lot of men just say, oh, fuck that, they're just strolling around. But if you ask them who they really are, they don't know themselves, really. Have some sort of self-identity. This way you can move through earth powerfully, like a titan. Almost like this lion that cannot be stopped. Or this beast that cannot be stopped. If you identify yourself, it gives so much confidence, man. I'm telling you, self-experience. Identify who you are. Isolate yourself if possible. Isolation is powerful. It's good. I've tried it. I still do to this day. And this is a huge tool I use. Helps me concentrate. Helps me meditate. Gets my mind correctly. Gets any brain poisoning. Because when I say brain poisoning, is any brainwash or stupid shit that goes around that really I don't fucking need. That will not be of any benefit whatsoever to my mind. Isolation makes you find yourself. Yeah, you may feel uncomfortable. Trust me, yes. In the beginning you will. But eventually you're going to come to peace with yourself. It's powerful. The greatest ideas in life come from when you're in isolation. Einstein, Nikola Tesla, Sir Isaac Newton. All of these things. Because of isolation. Again, my fellow men, do whatever you need to do to identify yourself. I'm telling you, find yourself and everything else will come accordingly. The world is a mirror. The world is a mirror. Whatever you project, that shall be so reflected to you. If you don't have a self-identity, you don't stand anywhere. If you don't have a stand, what do you stand for? You're just living uselessly. You must have a stand. You must have a certain belief. Yeah, we could all agree, oh, I already have my belief. I mean, if you gotta write them down, do so. You want to know who you really are. You want to identify yourself. Give yourself value, my fellow men. Value. Because of us, the society is still standing. Men around you may not respect you and may look down upon you. I respect you, personally. You're like a brother to me. I may not know you, but trust me, I feel you. Anything, I can relate. If I don't know anything, I'll tell you what I can to help you. I may not know it exactly, but I'll tell you what I think, so you can move on. And if I can have a solution, I shall give it, just to help you move on. But neither push me too far. That's where a lot of men forget. Be gentle, not nice. It's this passive-aggressive sort of thing I think every man should adopt. Not too passive. Always be just maybe a little bit more aggressive than usual. But you want to have a balance too. Yeah. We've all been hurt. We've all been distrustworthy. Yes, true. Indeed. Whatever. But think of it like this. How are you going to find who to trust if you're not trusting? Ah. I got you now, huh? In order to find who you trust, you have to trust somebody. That's the only way you're going to find out who you really trust. And yes, it's going to be hard. I'm not saying it's not going to be. But don't trust with big things. Just go slowly. You can't. I mean, obviously, you're not going to give a fucking Ferrari to some stranger. I mean, over time. Be very careful. I understand every single one of you. I don't want to talk about myself, though. I mean, of course not. This video is not about me. It's about us as a collective. Or as a group in general. I feel you. Sometimes you're born into this world without knowing what the fuck is going on. And you're just like, wait, hold on. How the fuck? How is this like that? I was born with the same curiosity. And I had to find things all by myself. And men, I'm sure many men can relate as well. But like I said, this video is not about me. Be very careful, my friends. Very, very careful. Keep your life intact. Keep your mind clean. Disintoxicate yourself. Take care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, no one else will. Value yourself. If you don't value yourself, nobody else will. And like I said, the world is like a mirror. Whatever you project, it will reflect. And I shall repeat the quote one more time. The world is a mirror. Whatever you project, that shall be reflected. Like the first quote I said as well, the very first one I said, too much light blinds you, and too much darkness loses you. Always have a self-identity, and you will see how your body language, your mind, the way things around you change, just totally change, and respond so positively to you. Everything. It's almost magical. Self-experience. Try it. Try it. Don't just go, oh, I don't. Excuses will only make you more of a failure. Being the victim will only make you more of a failure. There's no point in being the victim. Really, it really isn't. Because you're just going to stick in the same rut. And you got to know something. Time is going to fly regardless. So you, my friends, shit, please try it. You got to understand that the power, once you really, look, the power of self-identity. I talk about self-reliance a lot. It sounds cocky, sounds arrogant, yes. But it's not that form of way I'm talking about. I'm talking about that core. Masculine core. That you identify yourself with. It's that personality that makes you different. Right? It's that personality that almost bright. You shed that confidence like it's just radiant. No, I'm not a PUA. No, I'm not a pickup artist. I'm more like a fucking natural. I'm more like I call myself kind of like a dark philosopher in a way. I'll get into, that's another video. I'll definitely explain my certain beliefs and how everything goes together. A lot of that has to do with balance as well. So peep this. This is just some. I won't give it all. Just stick around, stay tuned. But y'all do not know the power that's within ya. If y'all only knew. It's crazy. It's amazing. You know, and then you just ask yourself, you see things differently. You're like, what has God truly done? And I say God because everybody has a different God. Or maybe monotheistic or polytheistic. Monotheistic or polytheistic? I'm not too sure. Whatever. But you get my point. The power that we have within us is crazy. It's amazing. People will look like, when you go to public places, you stand out like a fucking spike. And I'm not saying a bad standout. I'm saying a very positive standout. I'm telling you, even your whole body language changes. Everything changes. Your way you speak, the way you think. That's why I say self-reliance, the power of self-identity, explodes always. And you're just surrounded with this veil of power. That I'm telling you, when you enter public places, people's eyes just go, just like look at you like that. This guy, and it's just all just intrigued to talk to you. Who is this guy? It's funny, guy. It's my first name. Shit. But I'm telling you, it's self-experience. I'm not talking just to talk. I'm talking about self-experience. This has helped me so much in my life. Self-reliance. It's a powerful tool. And this society doesn't talk about any of this. People just look for outer things to be a whole, or being complete. The power of self. Everything is within you, motherfuckers. Within you. You don't need to go outside. You don't need fucking women to find who the fuck you are. You don't need beer to find who the fuck you are. You don't need a house, a car, or anything to find who you are. Once you find out who you are, that's when you really succeed. And people talk about success a lot, but never talk about the fucking failures. Learn to embrace your failures and take them as a badge. It is what makes you, your self-identity, and who you are. And I claim this self-experience. I'm telling you, it's huge, it's big. The power that is within you, man, if only y'all knew. Hopefully, this isn't come as cross of cocky. No, I'm being in all humbleness as possible. I'm just an average guy with potential, like each and every one of us does. Every one of you have potential, but looking for outside sources, it's a waste of your time. You're gonna waste your life, and 20 years later, you still don't know where the fuck you are. All because you have not identified yourself truly. stand for something. Stand for something. The men of the old, I've noticed this common trait. They all stood for something. They weren't just all over the fucking place. Like fucking retard clown, monkey dancing faggots. They stood for something. One examples. Jesus, he stood for something. Malcolm X stood for something. Martin Luther King stood for something. Mahatma Gandhi stood for something. All these men stood for something. Nikola Tesla stood for something. Einstein stood for something. And what another common law they have too? They had a fucking purpose. Not a purpose of fucking women. It's just fucking waste of time. It's a waste of your time. Have fun, yes. When you have them, yes, enjoy them. But don't make them a need. Don't make them your purpose. It is useless, futile. Why don't you leave a legacy behind? At least to your family. It doesn't have to be a worldwide thing. Because look at even Michael Jackson, even his ass was fucking forgotten. And that faggot doesn't, they don't talk about him. And I don't mean as a faggot, I don't know. I don't mean like as an offensive term. But I mean like, the dude was forgot about. It was totally forgotten. That's why I said, money dissipates. Legacies can be corrupted. And when you die, you're forgotten. You're remembered the day that you die, and so on. Other than that, that's it. One time deal. Oh, I want to be famous. Listen. The best thing in life is remaining mysterious. Enjoy your mystery. Enjoy being mystery. I'd have no problem with being mysterious. And you shouldn't either. If you, like I said, once you found yourself and the power of yourself, you'll have no problem being a mystery to anyone. And I enjoy being a mystery because it gives curiosity around me. The people that knew me, they hear me talking like this, they'll be like, holy shit, this is not no longer the same guy I knew. Correct. I'm not the same. Remain a mystery. And you will see how things is like, wow. Being famous is just be an add-on. But again, once you stand for something, everything comes. Stand for something. I'll end it with this. If you haven't found yourself and do not stand for anything, then who are you and what are you doing here? Done.
Call him off. I won't ask again. Call him off. Call him off!
McLeod,